gonna kill both of us. Like, we better die in the wrong side of traffic. Hey beauties, what's goody in the hoodie? My name is Nakeshaaaa. Welcome to my channel if you're new, and if you're not, welcome back. So guys, I thought of doing something different, you know. I like doing story times, but I was like, let me give this story time a little twist to it, you know. Everyone's story time just be like story time. No, we're going to do something called Cozy Talks. And that's where I'll be, you know, give my perspective on things, little chit chats or whatever, in my nice old robe, okay? Yeah, this is my girl right here. But yes, so today I'll be telling you guys about the time I got my license. Now look, y'all. Getting my license was one of the hardest thing I've ever done. When I tell you the amount of mental stress I went through, emotional stress, physical stress, bruh, my legs were hurting. It was crazy. But let's start in the beginning, okay? So, I passed my driving, the book test. I passed the book test, went to driving school, we drove on the road, it was okay. But then, I drove on the road with my instructor, which was okay. And then I had to drive with my mom. And when I tell you my mom, there's a part of her, she's not that easygoing sometimes. And this was one of those times. When I tell you, y'all, every time I would drive with her, I would cry. I would have a mental breakdown. Like, I never knew what a mental breakdown was until I drove with her. Like, it was so mentally draining. There was a time where I was like, man, I don't need to drive. Like, I don't want to drive. I'm going to take the bus the rest of my life. Like, no, driving is not for me. I really said those words. Driving is not for me. Bruh, look at me now. I'm driving. Okay, but look, it was terrible. I remember this one time, it was a day before my test, and we had to do practice. I had to practice on the road one more time. And when I tell y'all, like, the day before my test, it was terrible. It wasn't terrible, but it was terrible. Like, oh my gosh, we were driving at nighttime. She was telling me to slow down. When you turn the corners, go slow. And I thought I was doing fine because whenever I drove with my dad, everything was peachy, easy breezy, clean. Like, it was good. But whenever I get in the car with her, it's like I'm doing everything wrong. And I don't know, like, I don't know. She just be yelling and, like, it was no good. Like, it was a dead mission, okay? So we're practicing late at night, the night before. I did my test. And we're in a parking lot. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I have to parallel park. Well, not parallel park. I have to back end park. And I'm so grateful that her car has a back camera. Because when I tell y'all, on that test, that was much needed. Because I wasn't even sure how to back end park. Like, it was, ooh, man. So look, day of the test. So like 2 years ago. So, okay. So we had just recently moved into a house. So we come from an apartment. And we still had the apartment. So all of our things weren't fully out of there. So first, it's like time to go and take the test. And I can't find my book. And you know, you need your book if you want that shows your hours. So that they can mark it off and see, okay, you did 60 hours, which you need required or whatever. So I couldn't find my book. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm freaking out. What if I go there to the MVA? And MVA lines are so long. What if I go to the MVA, I wait so long, only to find out that I don't have the book, and they won't let me take the test? I'm like, bruh, no. All the stress I went through, I'm going to find that book. So I went to the old apartment. I was looking all over the place. It was almost time. Don't you know them quick prayers you do when you really need to find something? Be like, Lord, please help me find this book. Like, if you do, I'll praise you forever, or something like that. I did one of them prayers. I turned around. I was like, okay, let me look one more time. I lifted something up. There was the book. I was like, okay, thank you, Jesus. You know, ran to the car. And then we went to the MVA, waiting in line. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm a little nervous because your girl can't drive. And I'm taking the test today. Like, I don't know. At least I think I can drive. My mom, she don't think I can drive. So, I don't know. So, okay, they called my number. And, you know, I go in the car. You have to, like, wait at, like, a stop sign. Or you have to wait somewhere. When you go outside, you wait there for the instructor to go around your car and make sure it's working. No check engine or anything is on. So I'm sitting in the car. I'm behind the wheel. My mom is standing on the side. I'm behind the wheel. I'm like, oh, my gosh. I'm nervous. So the first part of the driving test for me was at least we drive out a little and then we back in park, okay? And so I was backing and parking, and the instructor told me to look at the 2 mirrors to help me, right? It's like, I don't know, turn all the way to the right, and then turn to the left, and then go in. I don't remember all that. So he told me to do that. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to do that little. But then I'm like, I don't know, I'm straight. So I did a little peekaboo at the mirror, at the camera. Ooh, I'm so glad we got the camera. And then the camera, it showed me like the red lines, if I'm straight in the line or whatever. Yeah, went in, looked at the guy, I was straight. Okay, I'm like, okay, we good on this test or whatever. Y'all, mom, she was like, she thought I was about to fail the test right then and there. She was like, if you were about to hit a cone. And I'm like, oh my gosh. But I didn't know that. Okay, I get out that parking space, turn to the left, turn to the left. Okay, now this was the part. This was the part was about to end my whole career. Like, look. He said, at the intersection, make a left. There's a stop sign. I'm not at the stop sign yet. I'm driving forward. I stopped at a stop sign. Mind you, he said, at the intersection, make a left. At that moment, I did not know that the stop sign was the intersection. So I'm looking ahead, and ahead is the Beltway. I'm like, that don't really make sense. And it's going the other direction. So the Beltway's going this direction. He wants me to go this direction. I'm like, okay, so if I go, I'm really thinking this in the car while we're at the stop sign. If I go forward and I make a left, are you sure he wanted me to make that left? It wasn't sounding right, because if I make a left, I'm going to kill both of us. Like, we better die in the wrong side of traffic. And he says it again. So I keep driving straight. Baby, I keep driving straight. I was supposed to have been took that left at that stop sign. I keep driving straight. And he said, where are you going? Where are you going? And I was like, I stopped the car. I was like, at the stop sign. I was like, at the intersection, I was going to make a left. He said, the intersection was back there. It was back there at the stop sign. He said, go into one of these parking spaces, because we were still in like a parking lot setting. Go into a parking spaces. I drove around, went to parking spot space. And he was like, you're supposed to make a left at the stop sign. The stop sign is the intersection. This guy is like, he's kind of mad. I'm like, he's mad, and I'm kind of like scared. Like, I'm about to fail the test. So, stop sign is to make a left. And I'm like, oh, like my face, I ain't got nothing else to say. When I tell you, my face is like, I ain't have nothing to say, because I didn't know. And my mother wasn't there to help me. When I tell you, he was so kind. I tell you, I was about to fail that test, but God. When I tell you, baby girl, baby boy, look, baby, don't trip. Slow your roll, lower your tune. Probably not the words, but it's okay. Okay, but look. So he was like, look, I'm going to let you finish the test, but if it wasn't for me, like if he wasn't my instructor, I was going to fail the test right then and there. So I was like, okay. You know me. Okay. So I'm driving. I go the right way. He's like, okay, what that sign says? I'm like, slow down or something like that. I don't remember. No, the first one I remember I said I didn't see it. He was like, okay, that's points off. Ciao. And then next one, I made sure every signs after that, I looked at them, And I was like, it's this side. I slowed down at the red light, the yellow light, red light. And then we made a turn. Then we got there. And then he was like, you passed. But he was like, if it wasn't for him, I was going to fail it. Man, I'm so glad. I think I was probably like the last appointment of the day. Like, MVA hooked your girl up. Like, that instructor hooked your girl up, because if it wasn't for him, I was like, and that was my first time taking the test. Your girl passed on the first time or whatever. Really failed, but I kind of passed. So, yeah. Period. But yes, y'all, like, when I tell you, my mom, she was like, she thought I was about to fail it. Like, Baby, she thought I was about to fail. Once she said I was about to hit the cone, she thought I was about to fail. And then she just inside, she's like, what's taking them so long? Like, bro, little does she know I made the wrong turn and everything. But she was excited or whatever. I did not drive home. It's okay, I wasn't pressed to drive. But yes, y'all, that was the time that I got my license. Like, it was hectic. It was scary. It was rough. It was emotionally draining. But your girl got it or whatever. So we're going to turn up for that. To God be the glory. And yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this cozy talk. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on my social medias. Don't forget to trust God. Trust the process. It's all in God's plan. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.